Information is power.
All right, everybody, this is going to be a very controversial video, but I have to do it. It is going to be one for the ages because in Southeast Dallas, Texas, where football is ultimately the king, you've got youth sports, you got kids playing youth football from ages 6, 8, and on up. You've got black coaches, this is a damn shame, that are using or use the N-word doing a pregame ritual, meaning a pregame, they're trying to pump the kids up before their game. And you're going to see in this video that I'm going to play for you, you got 1 to 2 coaches using the N-word, calling the players the N's to get them up for the game. And you've got adults, these are grown adults, saying this to black youth as if we need to not get away from this word, this N-word. I'm sorry, it is not a term of endearment. And then we wonder why we can't get away from this word when we have grown adults continuing to push the narrative of this word, even on our youth and football in Texas. In this particular league, the Wolverines is the particular team, the Wolverines at YNC. This is the 8U for 8 youth, okay, age. And these two guys right here, you see the one with the locks in his hair. Let me get a closer picture of him right now. The guy with the locks right here in his hair, he's the main one that starts using the N-word in this particular process. And then the second coach begins using the word in the process as well, as he turns around and says, "Let's go, you N's." And then they repeat a horrible song, everybody. They repeat a rap song in which the rap song is saying, "Hey, what up, B? Hey, what up, B?" And the kids are regurgitating and repeating this horrible Sambo and Gumbo rap song that does not represent black culture. And they got the kids as a pre-pump up for the game that they're going to play. They got them using the B word. And on top of using the B word, then you have this black woman right here. It's really a shame. I got to be honest here. You've got this black woman right here. You can see a smile on her face. I don't know why she would be smiling because it's certainly not funny. She was getting a kick out of hearing the kids use the B word as they jumped up and down, getting themselves pumped up for the game. I don't know if she's either a mother of one of the players or she's a sister or a wife of one of the coaches, but it's a shame. And then you can see everybody around them smiling in the background. We're talking about grown adults as this is going on. Okay, smiling in the background. This is completely inappropriate because this is for this reason. Let me just keep it real with y'all. We know that a lot of times when black youth don't have a father in the household, even though we know statistically black men are involved in their kids' life more than anyone per research. Okay. Check out, there's research on this that black men are in the lives of their kids more than anyone, even if they're not living in the household or with the mother of the child. So a lot of times it is important for black youth to have a connection to their father. But a lot of times if they don't have that connection to the father or the father's not around, then what happens? It becomes youth sports that gravitates the attention of some of our youth. And that's where sometimes they will have their biggest impact from male black men in particular, not the only impact, but one of them that our youth can have an impact from black male coaches, because we have so many youth that go into playing basketball and football. And of course we have youth that are they're not playing sports, but they're in academics. But for the purpose of what this video is about today, how can these men call themselves leaders of youth in youth football, which is supposed to be about teamwork, working together, having character, building character, and you've got these coaches using the N-word in the way that they were peppering the N-word with these kids? I got a problem with it. And I'm going to play the video because it is a shame. I would say right now that they need to be fired from coaching youth football in this league in Southeast Dallas, Texas. They should not be allowed to coach this team or any team carrying on like that. This is unethical. This is unprofessional. And as black men, you would think that they would want to do better and show a better image than to be peppering these kids with the N-word. And they seem to be getting a kick out of it, as I'm going to show you this. Let's go ahead. This is a damn shame.
Let's go.
Right there, he's the one I'm talking about, who is the main one that started off with the N-word. But then you're going to get this coach right here, his partner right here, that you see that someone's got the camera up videoing this. You would think that they would have shame about this being put out to the public. Everybody's in the background smiling. Here's another coach who's got locks in his hair, who begins to repeat the same thing that this guy repeats. Just to give you a little reminder, here we go once more.
Let's go.
This is a shame, everybody. How do we expect for our kids to do better when we as adults are setting a poor example? And black men, these black men, not all black men, but these black men are also setting another poor example. Now you see that coach right there. I don't know if he's a coach or a supporter of the team, but he's a coach. I believe he's a coach. He's jumping up and down, getting into the music that's playing in the background. And he uses that word, hey, you ends, right? Let's get back to it again. Watch. He says, hey, I want to hear you ends, because they're about to repeat a horrible song where they're using the B word. We're talking about 8-year-old youth football. And just to make it be known for you guys to know how bad this is that they got a 6-year-old lead as well. For 6-year-olds, here we go right here. Check this out. The Wolverines 6U was at it again. So they've got 6-year-olds. Look, one of the kids even have damn near a bib in his mouth. So so if these kids are comfortable with them being called that word, as well as singing a rap song that's using the B word, then are these same coaches coaching the kids as young as 6 years old in this league? Are these coaches I'm talking about, these individuals that were caught on video doing this? Let's continue. This is a shame.
Hold on. What we doing, y'all?
Hey, bitch, what up? Hey, bitch, what up? Hey, bitch.
There they are saying, hey, B, what up? And then in doing so, this woman right here is smiling as if it's something to be proud of, because the kids are using the B word. You would think as a woman and a black woman that she would be very disappointed in hearing these kids chant that she would go and talk to the coaches and say, why are you got these kids talking like this? I don't know if maybe her son is on the team, maybe her brother's on the team, maybe it's her husband, but why is it that nobody, and I looked at these videos, there's tons of videos of this youth lead, nobody comes out and says, hey, y'all shouldn't be talking like this to the kids. And you shouldn't have the kids repeating this rhetoric, this junk, this Sambo and Gumbo garbage that's coming from this so-called rap artist. But nobody says anything. It's all acceptable. And this is what I'm saying. How do we expect other people to respect us as a people when we don't even respect each other? When you have black youth football coaches, in some cases, they're filling the void for some of these kids who don't have fathers, like you see on this video clip right here, this B-roll. And now they're setting the wrong example for these kids. And we supposed to be okay with that? I'm not okay with it whatsoever. Let's get back to it. So she's there smiling And let me just stop it right there. I'm going to move this back. I want you all to do me the biggest favor. I need y'all to share this video. Give me honest commentary in the comment section of this video. Share this video on all your social media. Please do so. I need you to subscribe and hit the bell of notification because I'm keeping it 100 for real with you. Definitely subscribe and share this video all over social media. We have to ask ourselves as Black people, what are we doing here? Why are we continuing the same BS with our youth of today? And then we wonder why we can't get away from this horrible, horrible word, because we have Black people like Black coaches like this who are promoting this nonsense. There's surely other ways that they could get these kids pumped up for the game without them having to use the B word or even be called the N word by the coaches themselves. And then you got to make an educated guess that these kids are probably using the word because they're hearing it from their coaches. And God knows what they're hearing in their own community if people are using this word like that, because we think that because we use the N word as a term of endearment, that cleans it all up. That makes the word not the same anymore because we can clean it all up. Let me tell you something, everybody. You can put a duck in a tuxedo. You can put red lipstick on a pig and put it in a tuxedo or a dress. It's still going to be a duck in a tuxedo. It's still going to be a pig in a tuxedo or dress. It's still a pig. It's still a damn duck, no matter how you dress it up.
Tell the truth.
So you can dress up the N-word however you want. It still doesn't change the fact that that's what it still remains to be, the N-word. Whether you use the hard R or not doesn't matter to me. The fact that you're still using a word that has historical context. And let me remind everybody out there that when Black men had their lives taken away, like Emmett Till, the last word that they often heard before their life was taken away, or when Black people were terrorized in their own communities, like Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, the last word that they would hear a lot of times would be the N-word, as they were being peppered with the N-word by those that hated them, like the Ku Klux Klan and many other white nationalist groups we got today. While we're setting up here trying to set the wrong example for our youth by saying that these words are words of endearment. Everybody get the F out of here with that. Let's hear it again. I want to drive this home with y'all.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. Let's go, nigga. What the fuck we want?
There it is.
Hey, I want to hear y'all niggas.
Hey, I want to hear y'all.
Hold on. What we doing, y'all?
Hey, bitch, what up? Yeah. Hey, bitch, what up?
I'm stopping it right there.
Tell the truth.
I'm going to say again, they're letting these youth right here. They're letting these youth right here that you see right here. They are allowing them to say the B word. They are allowing them to be called the N word because maybe they are also allowing the kids to use the word. If the coaches are using the word, we can make an educated inference that the kids themselves are using the word towards each other. I guess in this situation. And then you've got the younger kids that some of these coaches may have been around and coached. Who knows? And then we have a woman who accepts it, smiles, gets a kick out of it, got her cell phone in hand. No big deal. Nothing to worry about. This is not the way, everybody, that we should be carrying on as a people. We should not accept this sort of low-hanging fruit, this low vibrational behavior from black men that are supposed to be charged with the responsibility of teaching black youth sportsmanship, character, how to work together as a team. But you got to do that by having them, berating them with the word, the N-word, to pump them up for a freaking youth football game. And I can tell you right now that these men that are doing this are usually coaches, or men that do this are men who failed athletically themselves. They wanted to be in the NFL. They wanted to be in the NBA. They wanted to be superstars themselves. And they failed in their pursuit. So they lived through the kids. It's not only the parents that do this, but you got youth coaches that do this. They're acting as if these kids are grown men that they're talking to. And it's really a shame, because this comes a dime a dozen. We need to see more of our youth involved in their academics than just sport and play. We know we can dance, we can sing, we can hit a baseball bat, we can run a damn football and put a basketball in a hoop. We know that. This is why I say this comes a dime a dozen. But when we have these black men as coaches charged with the responsibility, and they got these kids jumping up and down using that word, and they're using the N-word towards the kids, I'm sorry, it's too much. I don't agree with it. I don't accept it. And I know you damn well don't as well. And that's why I need y'all to
tell the truth.
Share this video and all your social media. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put this up here. Thank you for watching this video today. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, let people know about the channel. Thank you to all my new subscribers so far. Now, let me talk about somebody that's near and dear to me, and that's George Makem. He has a street TV channel on YouTube. He has a program called what? Urban Nerds Worldwide. Urban Nerds Worldwide is trying to get rid of the N-word. Get rid of the gang banging, to work with the youth, make being a nerd, make being interested in education, science, right? Physics, something, make that the new cool. And so George Makem and his organization, he wants to spread it all around the world, and he's working with youth. He's educating them. He's getting them out of their community, let them see different spaces. And he ain't using the damn N-word because he's trying to get rid of it. And that's why y'all got to hear this video right here. Check it out.
Shit good, man. I'm here in the hood in Southwest Philadelphia, man. We out here trying to save life, save souls.
Tell the truth.
We're trying to change the mindset of the youth. We say urban nerds, not urban shooters. We say death to the real nigga. We not talking about killing any niggas. We talking about killing that nigga mind, consciousness in the minds.
Boom. Do you understand how important this is, everybody? That George Makem is saying he wants to kill the nigga or the N-word mentality of the mind. I don't want to use that word. I almost used that word there. He wants to kill that ideology. While George Makem is using his organization to get rid of that type of thinking. You've got these guys right here in youth sports reinforcing the very thing that George Makem is saying he's trying to get these young men away from through his organization. Let's hear some more of this.
We say, we lift up our hoodies and we say nerds over niggas, right? We want to bring black intelligence back to the community, man. We want to raise up our young boys and teach them that they can be something other than being a so-called nigga, man. We want to change the mindset of the youth, man. In every city across America, man, urban nerds is coming, man. A lot of our kids, they jump off the porch early, man. They jump off the porch. These young black boys, they jumping off the porch into an unforgiving world, man. An unforgiving world. And a lot of them is not mentally ready for this culture, this deaf culture that we celebrate, the community that we come from. So we created urban nerds to save souls, to save lives, man. And we teach young black boys to go out and start saving the lives of young kids at their age. We want to be a light in a dark room. We want to be a clean glass next to a dirty glass, man. So look for urban nerds coming to a city near you. Peace.
Tell the truth.
You see the contrast and difference? George Macon is saying we got to get away from that word. We got to get away from that mentality. It's about nerds over the N-word, not N-word over nerds. Because he's about what? Educating the youth, giving them opportunity. And you notice George wasn't talking about no sports. He's talking about the mind. And so nothing wrong with playing sports, but you have to have balance. But there is something wrong with playing on a football program out there in Southeast Texas where you've got coaches like this using the N-word, peppering our kids with that. And then this could be spread to the younger youth that you see right here. And it's really a damn shame. Everybody, with that said, this is the Information Man Show. I hope you got something out of this video. This was a little bit of a raw video today because it's terrible. I didn't enjoy what I was witnessing when I first came across this video on TikTok. And this video is part of another video channel that shows all these youth football clips. But this was the one that stood out because these men, in my estimate, and you can call me a hater. I'm not trying to be a hater, but this is just the facts. When you're talking to kids like that and you're playing that kind of music and you're letting them chant that type of nonsense, they shouldn't be allowed to be in the lead. They should be suspended from coaching these kids. You should have parents that should have a problem with that. And the people that are watching this from the outside should have a problem with that. I'm going to say again, it's a shame that this is where we are still today. With that said, everybody, this is the Information Man Show.
Business class window seat, I look as we float away. Wrote a verse was a throwaway, play that shit for a label and they was blown away. I guess these growing pains got me in these golden chains. Cause I'm a pro, I've been a protege. Give me life, give me light, I risk it all to keep the dark at bay. Cause I've had too many heartbreaks and restarts and big dreams that fell through. A future with somebody I would give my last to. And they ain't go the way I planned to.
BS3 Network is now on Roku TV under BS3 TV. Download BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Cause dreaming makes you real again. So I just close my eyes and let it reel me in. Let it reel me in. I just close my eyes and let it reel me in. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta feel what you don't wanna feel.